I walk into the room, I have all my art stuff. I was running a little bit late, Starbucks in hand, and I walk into the room with my little pail of paint stuff. 70-year-old on full display. Hi everyone, my name is Lainey. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am an artist and a content creator, and I pretty much just like to take you guys behind the scenes of what's going on in my artist life. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience painting nude models.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Let me get like a little thumbnail. Okay. If you follow me on Instagram, which if you aren't already, you should, it's at Lainey Baby Art, just like it says here. Probably seen this outfit because today I was out running around doing a bunch of art stuff and I was filming a bunch of content and stuff, so you've probably seen this outfit. There's a giant fly in here. Like, I mean, like, it's like this big. I already like recorded this whole video like 2 weeks ago, but I was sitting down and editing the video and I was like, this is kind of boring. I'm just sitting here talking the whole time, which honestly, like, that's a lot of YouTubers' things, and I watch those videos all the time and they're not boring to me. But for some reason, watching myself do it was super boring to me. So I decided I'll just record an intro, and then for the rest of the video, I'll work on this painting that I'm working on while I'm telling you guys the story. So you can watch me paint and listen to the story simultaneously. I feel like that's fun, and then I'll have something to do with my hands. If you haven't already, subscribe and leave a little like and a little comment. It helps me a lot because I just started this YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, you know, by the time I hit like a million bajillion subscribers, you can be like, I was one of the first ones, and that's pretty cool. So I think you should subscribe. This is my experience with painting nude models.
So as some of you guys know, a few months ago, I decided to start taking some art classes. And up until this point, I'm completely self-taught. So it was definitely a different experience for me, but I thought that getting a few more tips and tricks would really help me improve my craft, and I'm really glad that I did it. So my first classes were pretty much just doing still lives, and to be honest, like most of the classes that I've gone to are pretty much just like open studios with an instructor. So it's not really an art class, but like there's somebody there to give you some pointers if you need them. So the class sessions are 8 weeks long, and it's just a few hours once a week. My first 8-week session was about to end, and I went on the website to sign up for my next class because I really like going there and taking classes. So I was gonna sign up for literally the same class I had already done and just paint more still lives and practice with that. But something stuck out to me right at the top of the screen. It was like figure painting with model nude. And I was like, wait, what? Like, people actually do that? I'm so serious. I didn't think that was a real thing. Like, I thought that was just like in movies and, you know, whatever else. I did not know that this was an actual thing, let alone that it was something that I could do in my city. So there was like 2 spots left. I clicked it right away, I paid for it. Like, I was like, okay, I have to at least do this once in my life, right? So painting from life is something that the great masters of art did in centuries and centuries ago, before they ever had cameras, right? Because they didn't have a picture to paint from. They literally just had people to stare at to paint. This was the first time I had ever painted from life, okay? So like, it was definitely an experience. It worked some new muscles that I've never really worked as an artist, and I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm gonna continue to do it because it was a challenge, but it was a challenge that I think pushed me forward as an artist. I was honestly pretty nervous leading up to my first class. I was like, what is this even gonna be? I didn't know who the model was gonna be. They were gonna be a girl or a guy or like anything about the class at all. I had never even been to the floor of the building that it was on. Like, I was nervous. So the first day, I walk in there, set up all my stuff. I met the instructor who I had never met before. He was cool. There was all different kinds of people in this room. There was older people, younger people, guys, girls, you know, just lots of different people in here. And they were all really nice. I was just kind of introducing myself, talking to some of them. And then the model comes out from behind the curtain, and it was a woman. When, you know, it was time for her class to start, she had a robe on, she took it off and was completely nude and did a pose, and we just got to drawing and painting or whatever. Like it's kind of like an open studio, so most of the people in there were drawing. I was painting. A couple other people were painting. Like, you didn't even really have time, anything to just kind of process, like, oh my gosh, it's a naked person. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with the human body, with seeing it as a piece of art as opposed to an inherently sexual thing. I think that all of us are, you know, our own pieces of art walking around. I really love nude art that isn't sexual. It's like, just celebrates the form of the human body. So anyways, she, you know, did her pose, and I sat there and I painted. And it was a really refreshing experience because, you know, I'm sitting here in a room with men who are literally staring at this naked woman, but not in a lustful way or a disrespectful way. They're staring at her as a muse and as a piece of art, and they're drawing her. I feel like that's a pretty unique experience that most people don't really get to have, and it made me really appreciate being an artist even more, just because we can look at life and we can look at each other and different aspects of life, and we see art in everything. Also really made me appreciate models who sit and let us artists paint them for hours on end without moving. I know that for me that would not be easy because I get antsy when I'm sitting still for too long. So definitely I give props to the models that help us do that. This particular model was really sweet. I'm going to insert a picture of what the painting looks like that I did so far. I actually haven't finished this painting yet, but this is how far I got. I really like it so far. I think I'm going to add like plants and stuff in. I just really like the way it looks. The original fabric that she was laying on wasn't this color blue, but I just thought it worked really well with the bricks in the background. I had to cover up a couple things, if you know what I mean. I don't want YouTube to get mad at me yet because I just started this channel. But yeah, I like it so far. The next class session I did was a little bit of a different story. So for this one, I was a little bit late this week. I walked into the room and the model was already naked and on the platform and people were already drawing. This time it was a 70-year-old naked gentleman standing up on the platform, and they were doing some warm-ups. So he was doing a lot of different poses, a little of a bend over situation at one point. Like it was a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but I had to like sit down and just start drawing. So it was definitely out of my comfort zone compared to seeing the naked woman, because I see naked women every day. I see myself every day, right? But I've never even, like, I don't think I've ever painted a masculine person before. Oh, let me insert a picture of what I painted. So this was only a 1-week session, so I did not finish it all the way, and it was kind of more of a study situation, but yeah. So that was definitely a push outside of my comfort zone, but that's where growth happens. So I'm appreciative for the experience, and I'll probably do it again at some point. Really appreciate him, you know, letting it all hang out for us artists to get our practice in. So yeah, that was my experience painting nude models. And here is my finished painting that I was working on. Well, I still have a couple little touch-ups, but pretty much finished. And I'm working on the third and final one of this series this week. So stay tuned on my Instagram for that, because I'll be posting it when I'm finished. This is the painting that I'm doing like on blind. So I'm doing like an animated painting, and I'm pretty freaking excited about it. Also, my next class I'm going to be taking is sculpture classes I just signed up for. So I'm really excited to play with some new mediums. And I'll be uploading again here on YouTube shortly. I'm going to try uploading more regularly on here. I already have a few different videos I've started filming for. So stay tuned for those. And I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye.